An anecdote of a certain country. This is a story of a certain country. This is a story of a certain country where assassinators have burnt people alive, where fascists have trapped the fakir in the noose of execution, where the empty stomach of hunger-stricken people could not have been full, where the writhing pain of mourners in millions could not have made the rulers moved, where the sequence of liberty and self-esteem could not have been approved yet, where industrious peasants could not have been valued. Indeed, this is a story of the same country. Indeed, this is a story of the same country where the violence and brutality sowed by the butchers without bridle have made the conscience as prisoner, where the convoy of shameless apes have displayed the charm of humanity into auction, where the characterless bootlickers have kept a stake on the desire of human dignity, where the so-called human rights activists themselves have derided the humanity recklessly. This is also a story of the whole world. This is also a story of the whole world where George Floyd, a black, has to die by a white American police who kneels on Floyd's neck, where the so-called outcast Navraz Bike is destined to be thrown into the river from the so-called dignitaries of the upper caste elites, where the rapist and murderer of Nirmala Panta are provided with the certificate of innocence and given a privilege of salute instead, where the minorities are restricted in the name of religion, color, class, caste, and gender. This is an ugly story of the present world indeed. This is an ugly story of the present world indeed, where Bhutanese citizens are made refugees on the charge of not speaking their national language, where Rohingya Muslims are driven away from the country for practicing a different religion, where a sovereign nation, Taiwan, is erased from the world map, where the discussion is held on the ambitious plan making human settlement in the space, in the moon, in the Mars, but the citizen of the same nation is made to be beheaded in the open square of Saudi Arab as a part of punishment for a trivial crime. We are not in the era of Hitler's gas chamber. We are not in the era of Hitler's gas chamber, where 6 million Jews were annihilated during the World War II. We are also not the people of American Empire during the 19th century, where the human slaves used to be sold like livestock. We are not supposed to be beheaded quickly in the arsenal of Jang Bahadur to be the victims of bloodshed. We are also not to be crushed in millions by bulldozer and tanks like in Tiananmen Square of China. Yet only the narrative has been changed. Yet only the narrative has been changed. The agony is as it is. The situation has been changed indeed. Yet the suffering is as it is. Only the character has been changed, but the characteristic is as it is. There is no doubt that the system has been changed, but the plight remains as it is. Despite the miraculous progress of human civilization made in science and technology, despite the advancement to hold the whole world in a fingertip, how could the reflection of inborn trait of human heart, selfish and polluted, be possible to wipe out from layers after layers? How could the devil inherent in humans since time immemorial be possible to keep secret? Therefore, the original plot of the world as a whole is predestined and permanent. Despite changing the subplot and the dialogue many a times, only human is a hero, only human is a villain. This truth, however, is impenetrable, irrefutable, and invariable. This is a story of a certain country indeed. This is a story of a certain country indeed. This will remain as it is, where the assassinators will have been burning the people alive, where the fascists will have been trapping the fakirs in the noose of execution, where the fascists will have been trapping the fakirs in the noose of execution.